and welcome to the Fabled 42, where we build community through friendship, gaming, and 8-bit chaos. You are watching the Fables of Gahlia, where we air Homebrew D&D every Friday at 6 p.m. Pacific. I almost said Eastern Time, and that would have been completely out of pattern with everything else that we do. Anyway, before we get started with tonight's episode, let's have some announcements, starting with Diane. What do you have?
I have YouTube. You should go there and check it out, you guys. YouTube. You can check out all of our past episodes of Fables of Gahlia. You can check out all of our other shows as well. We have Legends and Fate, and we have some shows that are no longer around. So you can go and you can spend all year watching Fables and Legends and Past Realms and Fate and all the things. So you should go there. You should like, subscribe, comment, do all the things you do at YouTube, because that's what you do. So search Fabled 42 in YouTube. Check it out.
Awesome. Paul, you're up.
All right, and a special thanks to our first sponsor, Critical Dice. Go ahead and enter !critical in the Twitch chat to enter into our first giveaway of the night. We will call a winner after the break, and then stick around till after the break and enter in a second time, !critical, to enter into the second giveaway that we're going to be holding at the end of the stream. Please note our giveaways are for the US and Canada only, excluding Quebec because of Quebec. Help support the channel by clicking on the link below for 20% off all non-subscription items.
Awesome. Bets.
Also, check out our friends over at Nine Realms Gaming. They hand make all of their products, like that beautiful custom-made DM screen that you see in front of Jay there.
Ooh.
From natural woods, like this beautiful tray and tower that we all have here, to make quality and affordable gaming accessories. And you can use the code Fabled42 to get 10% off of your next purchase at ninerealmsgaming.com. We all know Christmas is coming. Pick out a cool custom design, get it made for your favorite player around your table, and go to ninerealmsgaming.com.
Disclaimer, DM not included with that set.
But you can get his face.
But you can get my face.
Get his face.
So it's almost like the real thing. I'm done.
Awesome. Brant, what you got for me, buddy?
I would like to shout out a special thank you to our third sponsor of the evening, Griffin Co. Everything that you see that is 3D printed on our shows is from Griffin Co. All of our minis that you will see eventually with the DM, and all the sets and pieces. And please go to please go to griffinco.com and use promo code Fabled42 for 22% off. That's not 20, that's 22. So that's better by 2%. So anyway, thank you very much, and check them out, please.
Awesome. And Stacks.
Sweet. Our last sponsor of the day is Underground Oracle. Underground Oracle is responsible for making new 5th edition content for your D&D needs. If you need something to spice it up, Underground Oracle probably has you covered. They have a bunch of different subclasses and stuff that you can go check out and see if it interests you. Also, we have other shows happening this week. Fate of Ukador. New episode will be tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific, so come hang out with us then, see what happens next with those scallywags, and a bunch of other shows throughout the coming weeks, even as we go into Christmas holidays and other holidays and all the holidays.
Awesome. Also, luck and inspo. If you are a Twitch or Patreon subscriber, you can gift 1 luck and 1 inspiration point to the players or DM of your choice. You just need to add Fabled42 in the chat and then let them know who gets what. Like me. You can just write J. Lock an inspo to J. That's fine. It'll find its way to me. Awesome. I think that's everything. So I guess let's get ready for the next episode of Fables of Gahlia. Welcome back. So, last time you guys had allowed Fizzlewick to complete his letter delivery after kind of going past some unsavory characters on the street outside of a tavern. You made your way to Gazela's house, who you later found out was Girard, Fizzlewick's mentor's daughter. Things were found out about the Institute. You comforted her in some ways and creeped her out in other ways. And Fizzlewick decided to stay with his newfound somewhat sister as they connected through their connection of Girard. After that, leaving, you were directed to the Wandering Wyvern, the tavern, in order to procure whatever information you needed. After going there and being kind of messed around with by the bar staff, eventually you caught the eye of one half-elf who took you to meet Corum at the back, eyeing up Lost and seeing the red scarf around his neck, took him to meet Corum. As you guys went down the stairs and through the hallway, it opened up into an almost amphitheater-shaped room with stonework all the way around the outside, and then a white sand pit at the bottom in the center of the room. After being brought around to meet Corum, the very handsome, well-bejeweled drow man who seemed almost friendly at first, and then that talk quickly took a turn downhill, which resulted in his half-giant where's my notes? Borgu. Sparta kicking him into the fighting pit, landing prone in the sand, followed by Borgu in the sand in front of him. And that's where we left off, with Borgu telling Lost to pay his debt. Now, before we do anything, I have luck and inspo to read off. So, luck to Lily and inspo to Lost. Luck to Lily and inspo to Rose. Luck and inspo to the Spooky Sisters. Oh, is that one each?
I think so.
Damn. All right. Patreon luck and inspo to the pretty DM. Oh, I see. So Patreon luck and inspo to Lily, and then sub luck and inspo to Rhapsody, and then luck and inspo to Lost. Wow. Everyone knows you guys so well already. So with that, Lost, let's roll initiative.
Yes. 13.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, okay. So, Borgu lands in the sand as it kicks up around like dust everywhere. You guys, the rest of you kind of look down and see this happening. Lost, you are flat on your back. And Borgu says, pay your debt. You're up first.
All right, Lost kind of gets up. He starts dusting himself off. And he just looks over and he says, come now, man. If you wanted to dance, you could have asked like a gentleman. And he drops his chains and he just starts whipping his chains. And I will take the dodge action. How far is he from me?
I would say probably 15 feet. He kind of kicked you to the back of the ring and then jumped into the front. It's only probably about 20 foot all the way around, and it's a circle.
Okay. So 20 foot all the way around. Okay. Okay, I'll dodge, and you'll see that as I get ready to dodge, it looks like with the perceptive eye, you could see like what it looks like. It looks like a translucent form of me just sinks down into the ground, like below my feet. And then an image, a shadowy image of myself pops up right beside the, what is his name?
Borgu.
Borgu. Sounds delicious. So a shadowy figure pops up next to Bulgogi and then moves the remaining 5 feet behind him.
Okay.
So that I can summon a shadowy figure with my bonus action.
Yep.
And that same turn without an action, move it up to 30 feet.
Okay. Does it trigger attacks of opportunity or no? Because it's not a
It's an
creature.
object. So you could I think it could still trigger an attack of opportunity.
Okay. Well, as you apparate the shadowy form that none of you guys have seen before, Borgu looks around and clocks it, sees it, and then just centers his eyes back on you and tightens these cloth wraps that go all the way from his knuckles down to about halfway down his forearm, tightens them on both sides, and then raises his hands and one knee and just postures there, turns his hand, and then goes back.
He's the one who kicked me into the ring. And I just look up and I go, oh, come now. Let's play.
So that's your turn. You like returning to the dodge action.
Returning to the dodge action.
Okay.
This guy's way bigger than me, right?
Yes. Yeah. He's about 9.5 feet tall.
Yeah.
I think I said 9 last time.
You kick my butt. But I don't show any fear. I actually look up to the stands and I go, bet on this one.
You call out to bet. So you now see like everyone kind of, all of the hoods and things all kind of rummaging around each other and kind of whispering and like yelling and stuff at each other. That it starts to like get really loud in the place as the mood picks up all of a sudden. And Borgu puts his fists down, cracks his neck, and like lightning slides out through the sand and skids to one side and goes to throw an elbow straight for your head.
Oh my god, I'm fighting Sagat.
That is a 21 to hit.
Yeah, can I fire off my reaction first? Because he entered my range.
Oh, it's well, it's a dodge action, right? So it's a disadvantage.
Yeah, he hits me. Yeah, he swings at me at disadvantage. But I have a reaction that goes off as soon as he enters within 10 feet. Because of the Polar Master.
Okay, yeah, sure.
I'm gonna use my luck on that one. I rolled a natural 1, though, which is not very heroic. Okay, I'm gonna spend my luck. And that is a 17 to hit.
17 just misses.
Just misses. Okay, perfect.
And then my disadvantage roll was, that was a 10. So he misses with the elbow. As you throw your pole arm up, he kind of adjusts mid-flow, and it just skids past. But as he's motioning past you, he's actually going to bring his knee up towards your stomach, like carrying on that momentum as he's running, for a 23 to hit.
With disadvantage?
Is it disadvantage for both?
Yeah, dodge.
Okay. 19? Does that hit?
Hits, yeah.
Okay. So that's 8 points of bludgeoning.
8 points of bludgeoning. Ooh.
And as his knee comes up and connects with your stomach, you feel this through your body and look down, and there's almost like this black energy swirling, and it just enters into your stomach where his knee impacts, and as he removes it, it's pulled into you, and you take a further 9 points of necrotic damage.
I'm resistant to necrotic.
Okay, so you take 4.
Okay. Ooh, that is...
Ooh, isn't that lucky?
That's a lot. Okay.
And as he does that, he will kind of spin, stay in melee, and return fists up with one knee.
All right. On my turn, I just kind of stand straight up from doubling over from his knee, and I go, I just whisper, yeah, you know, we got to keep the fight looking good. You need to be able to get a few hits in, and as I smile, I'll lash out with my spiked chain.
Okay.
And that is a 20, dirty 20.
That hits.
For 13 damage.
Nice.
13 damage, and I spend my bonus action, and what you see is after I swing, I sink into the ground, and my shadow comes up in my place, and I spend my bonus action to teleport between my shadow and me.
Nice. Nicely done.
I think I'm back over at 20 feet away again, or on the other side of the ring.
Yeah, because he's in melee with you now, so now you're back out 20 feet.
Yep.
Where your echo was, yeah. Yep. So you guys then see him basically sink into the ground and simultaneously appear where his echo was, and his echo stands up now where Lost was. Is there anything you guys want to do while you're up there?
Corum?
Yes.
Has he done something to deserve this kind of treatment?
Oh, yes. This and much, much more.
What is it that he's done?
Well, he owes a debt, and he also went rogue. There's a lot to it, but this should give me an indicator of what to do next.
Are you trying to kill him?
I mean, if it happens.
All right. You know that he owes me a debt as well.
Yes, that's exactly why. He's now paying his debt.
Not to me.
He's not paying our debt.
No, but by incurring a debt to you, he now owes me.
How much does he owe you?
This.
So there's no way around it. He has to get beat.
He could win.
And with that, I'll reach out my hand and cast Bless on Lost.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the look on his face.
Are you doing it blatantly?
You told me he could win.
Are you doing it blatantly? This is the DM asking you.
Well, it's verbal, somatic. Yes, and movement. So I will just I'll turn away and I'll say something and reach out my hand towards him and do like a...
Nobody explained the rules.
Okay. So you cast Bless.
On Lost.
And so Corin watches you casting the spell, and intriguing. Are we upping the ante? And he leans across his throne that he's kind of just laid across, and whispers into a hooded figure next to him. Whispers into his ear, and the hooded figure leaves.
You told me he could win.
Yes, he could.
So it's in my best interest that he does.
Be that as it may. We shall see, I suppose.
Okay. And I'll walk away and stand behind Kaya and I'll cast Bane on the bad guy. On the big guy.
You can't do two actions.
Oh, we're not in... Okay.
I was letting you do things. We're not just gonna cast a million spells.
You get a plus D4, just in case.
Attacks and saves, right?
Attacks and saves.
Also, bets the Bane would cancel out the Bless because they're both concentration.
Oh, you're right. I did not do that.
So.
Thank you. I was just looking at that. I was like, that's
I was like, I'm gonna Bane him.
I'm gonna Bless and Bane.
Okay, so
I
that
love
happens. And we head back to the fighting pit for Borgu's next turn. And so your echo like shifts up in front of him, and his head instinctively turns as you apparate where he expected you to. And he just smiles out of the corner of his mouth and proceeds to start just wailing on the echo. You just see his hands like turn into fists, and they just start like hitting him with combos from every which way. That's a 13.
13 actually misses the echo.
Oh wow, that's a natural 2. Oh no, that's a natural 1. And that's a 20. No, 21.
How many attacks does this guy have? Okay.
I know, right?
Yeah. Okay, yeah. The 20 hits.
21. Yeah. Cool. So that would be. Yeah, just 7 points.
So, okay, yeah, the echo's gone. It has 1 hit point.
Oh, there you go. So yeah, as he's kind of trying to suss it out, right? So he's never faced this kind of ghost, as you recognize this, that he's never kind of faced something like this. And so as he's kind of throwing these punches and it's kind of slipping through the ethereal form of your echo, he kind of just tightens his knuckles and then just wham straight into the stomach as it fades away. And he turns to you, fists back up.
Yeah, actually, so as he's wailing on the echo, I'm actually already sprinting towards him. So I just imagine that as he turns, I'm like right in his face.
Okay.
And I use my first attack. Yeah, I bless, right? Okay.
Yes.
Ooh, 19.
That hits.
That hits. All right. So whack him with the chain. I want to make him look like Sagat for 8 hit points of damage. Give him a big scar across his chest.
We'll see.
With my bonus action, this guy has 4 attacks. I'm gonna take my second wind. And get back. Yes, max. That's the 12 hit points.
Oh, okay. Good job.
All right, so plus 12. And then lastly, I probably would have did the second one first anyways, but when I swung, what's gonna happen is I'm gonna use one of my, what's called Unleashed Incarnation. So
Okay.
whenever I take the attack action, I can make 1 additional melee attack from the no, never mind, from the Echo's position. Can't do that. That's all I do. I'll use my bonus action to Ares' second wind. That's all I do. Yeah. I'm in his face.
Okay. All right. So yeah, as you run up and like unleash your chain, as he's kind of already distracted by the echo, it strikes true and cuts up his chest as his blood spills out and hits the white sand, scattering like little blood spatters everywhere in the white. As he looks back down at you and you feel that adrenaline hit and you're ready to keep going.
And in the meantime, I flash a look back up into the stands, kind of like, guys, whatever you're doing, do it fast.
Okay. With that, you see an energy forming around Borgu, as I would say probably the sisters would, eyes up, start scanning around. You would see a cloaked individual moving his hands and forming shapes as Borgu's form starts to grow bigger and
So
bigger.
Tired of these monsters getting
And-
small.
It's my thing. He now stands at 18 feet.
18 feet.
Yes. And looking at his limbs, he's got some reach on him now. So with that, he kind of looks at his hands and looks back up at the spellcaster, gives him a nod, and then prepares to beat down.
Do we get to do anything?
Not right now. So that is oh, that was a natural 3, but we're fine. That's a 14 to hit.
No.
Yeah, I'm rolling terribly tonight. That's a natural 2. And here we go. 22 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So, I get to add things. So as he's throwing fists and elbows over, you're able to kind of just deflect it off using your pauldron and your chain. And then what you feel is a crack as he just unleashes this front quick kick to the side of your knee as it bends in sideways. And you take 13 points of bludgeoning damage. And you feel another through your body, and you take another 4 points of necrotic, reduced to 2.
Okay.
As this now full giant form stands in front of you and readies himself again. Lost, you're up.
All right. Let's see here. Okay. This guy hits hard. 1, 2, 3. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do my first attack on him. I take that hit through the knee. Grimace, try not to show any pain. And then through all the blood and grit, I just smile at him. And I throw another shot at him. And it's 19 plus bless is 21 to hit.
That hits.
Oh, that bless is a lifesaver. 11 points of damage.
Oof. All right.
And then I am going to what should I do? This guy's gonna smash me. Okay, I'm going to take another attack.
Okay.
No, actually no. You know what? I'm going to take a bonus action attack. I can do that with the back end of the spike chain.
Yep, so kicking it up off the floor.
20, dirty 20.
That hits.
Right, and that's just 1d4.
I need new dice. I have many.
6 damage.
How much damage? 6, is that what you said? Nice.
All right. And I action surge.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Throwing it all in there.
Throw it all in there. This guy's so strong, he's probably going to take me out in 1 round. So I am going to have my show of glory here. Oh, that's 18 to hit.
18 just hits.
That's his. Oh my god. I'd be dead without the bless.
Hashtag blessed.
9 plus 14 damage.
Mm.
And
All right.
let's see, should I move? And give him an opportunity attack? I'll move. No, I won't move. I'll stay here.
You sure?
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna gamble. I'm gonna take that chance and move and give him an opportunity attack. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Luck and inspo to lost.
Luck and inspo. Yeah.
So you're moving back.
Back to the other side of the ring.
And he kind of faints a little bit, but stops himself and grins as you like back yourself out of there after kind of wailing on him, giving everything you had, kind of chest heaving as you move backwards. And he reaches forward with his giant finger and draws a line in front of him 10 feet out, stands back, and just maintains his stance again.
All right, this is like I'll just lean over, and go, oh, I'll just lean over, and go, how sporting of you. And I go back to the back by the end of the ring, and I kind of take a seat. I'm like, this is, I guess, round one ended. I take a seat, I pull out a healing potion. A healing potion.
Smart.
Okay, and that's a 2d4, right? Okay.
All in my
Yeah.
pocket. Right.
In the back of your head, Lost, you hear, "You're welcome."
All right, so I get 8 hit points back.
That I use it as a bonus action, so you still have an action.
Oh, okay. All right, heal back hit points. All right.
Because using an action for a healing potion is kind of poopy. So
Got it. Yeah. I get back up. I walk up to the line. Right up to the line. I crack my knuckles and stuff, and I get into a defensive position. I get to about 15. I get to about 15 feet, and I kind of not up to the line, but 15 feet. I get into a defensive position. Dodge.
Oh, so like 5 feet out from the line?
Yeah.
Okay. So after kind of chugging your potion in front of him and bits of it kind of spilling in the ground and kind of mirroring his blood from earlier from the laceration you caused in his in his chest from the chain, he looks down and just rushes, but stops 5 feet from the edge of the line, and a bunch of dust is kicked up, and through that dust you just see this giant fist burst through it as he attempts. That's a 18 to hit.
18 to hit hits, but I get my reaction, right? Because
Wait, yes you do, and it's a disadvantage, so well that was even better. So
yeah, let me pop
use your
my-
reaction.
Yep. With the bless, where's my? Oh, that's a crit. I don't need the bless. That's
Whoa!
It's a crit. And that's 2d10, so that's 16, 21 damage. On that one.
Oh!
Yeah. Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, so I actually was in defensive mode, but I was just waiting for him to step right in range to where the my spike chain would reach.
Yeah, so as this fist comes through, you quickly react and wrap the chain around his arm as you watch it sink into his flesh, all of the spikes, as you tighten it up, but you do still take the full impact of that punch.
Yep.
Let's see, so that's plus stuff.
Plus stuff.
That's 13 points of bludgeoning damage. And then the second attack was a 19 and a 5, so
I'm gonna have you.
you skip that one.
Oh,
You
I
skip
skipped
that
that
one because it's still a disadvantage. So
Okay.
you skip that, and yeah, screw it. He's gonna do it. He's gonna follow up with another couple of short shots into your kidneys. So, and I missed with all of them.
Oh, okay.
Rolled a 3, a 4, a 1, and a 9.
That's fantastic.
So even with his mods, he's not gonna hit you. So as you like wrap your chain back around, you kind of use it to like pull back to your body, and you're blocking his shots as they come through with the chain, and he's taking a little bit of damage, but not enough to like really hurt him. You can see like little spots of blood around the wraps on his fingers, but that's it. Everyone else, what are you doing?
Ooh, I want to do something.
Okay.
I would like to cast. How far away is he from where I am?
Physics.
Yep.
So probably, I would say maybe 30 feet.
Okay, as long as he's within 60 feet, that is perfect for me.
Yeah.
Right,
No, he would have taken bludgeoning damage from the kick down there if that was the case.
Well, I didn't know like if they had
Yeah.
moved, like whatever. So I would like to cast Phantasmal Force.
Oh, okay. Intelligence save?
Yes.
I know it well.
Yeah, I know you do.
Okay. That's a natural 3 plus 0.
Perfect. So I want like kind of like a ring girl, like just hair, like dark ratted clothes to like crawl out of the ground, and then right in front of him, and then with like melted copper, I wanted to spew out at him, and like it's burning his flesh. Sorry, I just hit my mic.
Okay. So, yeah,
So,
you got, yeah, roll your damage while I describe this. So,
Yeah.
you guys see this solid, put together, like giant, 18-foot giant is kind of distracted to the side, but he's looking just at the sand as his face starts to drop. And then all of a sudden he throws his hands up instinctually at nothing, and then starts looking at his arms and going, ah, ah, in pain, and takes
4 damage, and it's gonna stay there, kind of just concentrating on it,
continuing
so,
to
yeah.
do it every turn.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Yeah. Oh man.
When you said ring girl, I had a totally different.
Yeah, I thought you meant like cards. I was like, what direction are we going in?
Like the ring girl.
Like you trying to tempt him? Roll a persuasion check.
He's good at those.
Cool. All right. Lost. You're up.
Oh yeah, it is my turn, huh? Okay.
Yep.
All right. I take this opportunity to use my bonus action and call up my shadow right in the area where it seems like he's looking at and paying attention to. So
Okay.
nobody else can see that he's suffering from this ring girl, but I put my shadow right there.
Make, because you don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, it's just wherever his eyes are turned to.
Okay. Make just a general intelligence check to kind of pinpoint where his eyes are exactly, because they're off to the side. So
10.
10. Okay. You feel like it's right there.
Okay. Yeah, I use my bonus action to call up my shadow echo right there,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll attack from my shadow echo position. Yeah.
All right.
That's one attack only. 11 plus bless 3, 14, 19 to hit.
That hits.
Okay.
Bless.
And 8 damage.
8. All right.
8 damage, and then I burn one of my what's called unleashed incarnation.
Mm-hmm.
I can do it. Let's see. Constitution mod times per day. I get 1 extra attack from the shadow only.
Okay. Go for it.
All right. And that is 14 plus 1, 15 plus 20 to hit.
That hits.
And that is another 7 damage.
Woof. Okay.
And I leave the shadow there, but I back away 15 feet, or to other end of the ring, and I just lean back and lay both my arms against the wall, like I'm relaxing.
Okay. So that comes to Borgu's turn. You see him looking in one place, and his eyes kind of push to another. Like he's still terrified, but you can see that he's now looking at the echo as well, and he just kind of like, not even in his disciplined form, just swipes out at the echo for a 19 to hit.
That's a hit.
And then it has 1 hit point.
1 hit point.
Right. Yeah, okay. So as it disappears, and he looks back at this spot of nothing, and with his bonus action will just and just reappear right next to you, Lost, and will turn and use his second attack on you, which is a 25 to hit.
Whoa. I'm gonna use a luck point.
Oh, make me re-roll?
Yep.
Oh, you guys. That's even better.
Okay.
26.
Yeah, that hits.
So you take 13 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
As he just, like anime style, just like in lines, just appears in front of you, like skidding to the side, and just wham, just catches you straight underneath your rib cage and just drives upwards. And then he's gonna continue to drive with, nope, that's a natural 4. So he
Okay.
tries to lift you up, but your fighter resolve kind of just keeps you in place for that moment.
No juggle moves on me. No.
And that's gonna end his turn, but he does take, as he looks back over his shoulder and again takes another
5.
Ooh.
Yeah, okay, so he looks very, very banged up at this point. His one eye is starting to swell shut. There's a knot on the other side of his head. There's a great laceration, Sagat style, up his chest from the chain, as well as like portions of his arms are bleeding from puncture wounds. He's not looking in great shape. Lost, you're up.
All right. Not looking in great shape. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go all out. There you go. I've got like 2 hit points left. So, but, you know, if anything,
When
Lost
does he
is
get
gonna-
back to us?
Lost is gonna go for the glory, right? He's beaten up, he's bloodied, his ribs are cracked, and he's going to, with all the energy he has left, dive at the monk with his spike chain. He's kind of like a whirlwind. He's just coming up like a whirlwind with the spike chain, and the first attack is a 12 plus bless 2, 14, 19 to hit.
19 hits.
And that is a
Less.
12 damage.
12 damage.
12 damage.
And with that furious strike, just enraged as you dive forward and your teeth almost become slightly more pointed, your canines drip out, as the blood trickles from your nose down the teeth and off of it. You swing with the chain and it catches him straight on the side of the temple as he lands in the sand on his side, breathing heavily. And Corim stands up and says, "Enough! Enough! I have seen quite enough of this."
Is he down, like dead?
He's not dead.
Is he 0 hit points?
He's considered.
Unconscious?
Yes.
I will walk within 30 feet of him, and I will spare the dying.
Okay. So you can't spare the dying. You actually see, as you walk out and kind of send Eastus's energy over to him in order to stabilize his condition, you see another couple of robed individuals, but not in the black. They're more simplistic robes. Walk over to him and kneel, and they lay their hands on top of him. And you watch as this gold energy just kind of encircles their hands, and that gold energy just leaks into his body as he comes to and rolls over and sits up. And his form has now reduced down to his meager 9-foot size. And he sits up in the sand, just kind of holding his head and wiping it. He looks up at Lost and says, "You're strong, but foolish."
Lost just leans over and says, "You forgot good looking too." And he raises his arms in the air and starts to circle around.
And you hear not a great crowd applauding, but a lot of kind of upset whispers and people like throwing coins at each other, and arguments start pouring out. Corim stands up. "Enough, enough, enough. This is not why we are here. We are here because Lost committed a crime against us and needed to repay. He seems to have paid with some blood. I may see some use." And he sits back, now sat up in his throne rather than leaning out casually like he was. You can tell that the fight has kind of brought his attention. And he sits back, prisming his fingers and just tapping them on his nose as he just ponders for a moment. "I say, now that your blood debt is paid, maybe you could earn your way back into my good graces. What say you, Lost?"
Lost looks up at him. Lost doesn't trust Borgum at all. He says, "So what does that entail?"
"Well, you take care of something for me, and I will forgive your transgressions. Possibly see that you are no longer looked down upon. Maybe give you something crimson to wear."
"And this would make us even."
Absolutely. I mean, not equals, obviously, but even in terms of debts, yes. Let's see if you're useful while alive.
"And what is this that you would have me do?"
There is a person of interest that I have great interest in. He's been here a few weeks in the Shade Run. We have been maintaining an eye on him to some extent, but he's even been able to slip away from our keen eyes. I believe that he is a spy sent from High Mage Silas in the upper echelon. Do you know who I'm talking about? You all sort of look blank, or is that your usual expression?
This is how I always look.
I don't know anyone, so I don't know who this person is you speak of.
Yes, I can tell you're not really from here, are you?
No, I'm not. But you're not really from here either, are you?
I've been here many, many years.
Okay.
Forgive me, but we came here for a reason. Should we go gallivanting off, helping Lost, as you will you give us the information we acquire?
Oh, you. Where were you? I like you. I love this.
Darling,
whole
everyone
thing.
loves this, but that doesn't answer my question.
Repeat your question. What information are you looking for?
A bit about the Institute, other questions about...
Dragon men.
Yes, creatures we've come across.
Creatures, you say? Dear, why don't you come closer? Make a persuasion check with advantage.
Me? Oh, dear.
I think his outfit gives him advantage every single time he does a social check.
Persuasion... 21.
21. Okay. Tell me more about these creatures of yours.
They're not quite like anything we've come across up to date. Draconic in nature.
Like your friend?
Bit different than our friend.
No, they're different. I think they started off. I think this one in particular, he started off as a human, and then he did something to himself, and he's becoming dragon-like, not dragonborn-like, but dragon-like. Like his skin, like some sort of dragon skin is starting to come through his human skin, and he's getting dragon features, and he grew wings, but you can tell that this isn't some sort of normal transformation. He's some magic, or I don't know anything about magic, but this is some sort of really not normal or natural type of transformation. I don't know what it is, but I think there's some small creature that they can use that looks sort of draconic, and I don't know how they're bonding with it, or it's a symbiotic type relationship. I'm not sure how they're doing it.
That is unique. We haven't seen anything like that come over here. Where was it that you saw it?
it was in Ship's Rest. You know, they attacked and killed someone that a friend of a friend type thing.
Hmm.
And then the fight started going against him, and that's when he made this big transformation and grew wings, and then he flew away.
And you think this is linked to the Institute somehow? Is that correct?
You think so?
I believe so. I believe that person is possibly on the faculty or staff at the Institute.
Well, I'm not sure they'd be able to hide that in the school.
I'm not sure they're gonna. I don't know if this person has gone rogue or if he even cares to hide anything anymore.
That's extremely far west for someone from the Institute.
I think they were specifically looking for someone, and they found him and assassinated him.
Intriguing. Your web just keeps spinning and spinning, doesn't it?
I don't know about that. I mean, it seems pretty straightforward to me. Somebody did something bad, and we want to take care of it.
That is a very simplistic way to look at it, yes.
Well, I'm a pretty simple guy, you know. I'm not from around here. You probably could tell, but yeah.
I will need to put out some feelers, see what I can feel along the web. See what vibrations come my way. You know what I mean.
We certainly appreciate it. That's an awful nice thing to do for us.
In exchange for my favor, correct, Mr. What was your name?
I didn't give it, but people do call me Rhapsody.
Rhapsody. So, if you complete the task, I will, in exchange, send out for some information for you.
Is this task, would we be doing anything evil or bad?
Evil and bad, there's such
I guess it's relative.
binary terms.
I understand that, but maybe if it's against a bad person, it's doing something bad to them is okay. But I don't want us to have to do anything that would harm or hurt an innocent person.
All I require is a little reconnaissance. Just check on our little friend. See if there's anything that links him to Silas. Archmage Silas Lithbrook. He is the Archmage that serves in the upper echelon on behalf of Elderwich. Each city within the Jalin Republic has their own representative. Such is the tight bonds that they have with the Institute. They act as advisors, but personally, I don't see how you could have separate advisors that then all meet for the Jalin Council within Elderwich, and they all have advisors that come from the same place.
And this mage.
Seems a little one-dimensional, wouldn't you agree? Well, all I need you to do is go to This address, and he motions across, and one of the hooded individuals walks up to Rhapsody and hands you a sheet of paper with an address on it.
Takes it.
Wait until shade time. Then scope out the house, or maybe you want to do it in the daytime. But I wouldn't go inside until you at least have the cover of night. See what you find. See what evidence you may come across. And bring it back to me. Anything else in there that you can keep.
This person we're scoping out or spying on we're trying to see if he's connected to the Archmage or this person is the Archmage.
I don't believe that it's actually him.
Okay.
I think he sent someone else just to keep an eye on things down here. But take it from me, I have this completely under control.
Is it normal for agents of the Echelon to be down here?
No, generally the Echelon doesn't have anything to do with the Shade Run. Even the Shade Guard. Pay us no mind. They know better.
What does this person look like we're supposed to be spying on?
Well, that's just it. We've never seen his face.
Oh, I see.
It's what sparked the interest to begin with. It's not that many people that manage to hide their face from my many eyes. So, will you take the job?
Give me a moment to confer with my friends. And then I'll step back out of the ring up to the group. And once I get back to the group, I'll say, you do not have to do this. This is my debt. I can take care of this by myself.
Well, I think we all should. I mean, we're all trying to find out the same information, and that's what he's offered to provide us. So I think your debt's taken care of the way he spoke, but I mean, I don't want to speak on his behalf, but it seemed like he said your debt was cleared. He's just offering you to do this in order to get back in their graces.
No, I've managed to pay off the blood debt. I still owe physical debt.
A monetary debt, you mean, like that?
It appears he believes I owe some kind of monetary debt.
Oh, all right. Well, I don't know anything about that. I just know that if we all do this, he's offered to give us the information that we all want. So I personally think, I'll be glad to help. We're not killing nobody, I don't think. We're just spying on them.
If it gets us the information that we're after, then I think it's fine.
And
Plus,
then
you're better off with us around. You didn't even do that on your own.
and Lost
That is
just
true.
sighs. And he's like, the debt to you guys just continues to grow and grow. It's
It
not.
does. I'm keeping track.
He has a book. She writes it down.
She just says it with a straight face. Yeah, don't worry, I'm keeping track.
So you owe the sisters 2 debts now, it appears.
Yes, I
You-
could not have
You
defeated.
don't owe me anything. I was just watching. I didn't help out at all.
Did you wager any money at all?
I don't bet. When I was a kid growing up, me and the other kids, we would always say who's the fastest runner, and one time I said I was the fastest, and I bet another kid my allowance, and I lost the race, and so I don't bet anymore because I didn't have any allowance for like 2 weeks. So
Lesson learned.
yep, I don't wager nothing because even if I think I know the outcome, it I could be wrong because I was pretty sure I was faster than that kid, but he beat me.
I didn't have an opportunity to bet. And it would have been very advantageous because, and I smile, a dead man can't pay.
I'm an agent of the one who controls fate. It's probably not in anyone's best interest for me to bet.
Lost just looks confused when he hears that. And he's like, that sounds like the best time to bet.
So we agree?
I'm in. How about you, Roz? Are you in?
Yes, though you were speaking of a monetary value. I believe I have an idea. Just follow my lead in case. And
right.
Roz will walk back over. Yes, I believe we've come to a potential agreement.
Potential?
Yes, so forgive me, it came to my mind. Dependent on the amount of information that we find, is there possibly a monetary value that could be surplused?
Oh, no.
Are you certain?
You can keep. Like, if you find anything, you keep that for yourself. Buy yourself something else pretty.
So if whatever we steal that you don't want, we get to keep?
Yes, I've got no need for anything within that house other than the information that I require. You see, information in my game goes much further than gold pieces.
Yes, but I do believe, dependent on the information, gold can be surmised from it. You see, your deal of sorts does require us to obtain information for you, but should we have something a bit more to your liking, I would like, something for my hard work. I don't go around just berating people on a daily basis without looking for something in return.
Of course you don't. Now, what exactly are you proposing? As fun as it is to dance around this point with you.
Well, our friend Loss does seem to have surmised a large tab throughout the city. Perhaps something to ease that generously?
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
Oh gosh. Oh dear. Okay, I rolled a 1 and a 19, so 23.
23.
Don't regret that advantage.
So
Right?
not only would you like me to procure this information, and I would absolve Lost, you also want me to pay off his tabs that he has run up?
Oh, so you were already going to forgive his monetary debt to you?
He has no monetary debt to me.
Oh.
Everyone just looks at Lost.
Lost, I think you're getting your debts confused.
He's paid his blood debt.
All right.
I now am intrigued as to how useful he can be. He seems quite adept. I'd like to test that. Especially with how well he worked with your aid. Nevertheless, I won't pay them, but I will make them go away.
The non-murdery kind going away, I assume.
Oh no, there's no need for such mess.
Well,
What do you take me for?
don't don't make the debt go away at the little inn we're staying in,
Yeah.
because she deserves to be paid.
Miss
Well,
Gretchen.
We're gonna make sure he pays that one.
And it's right at that moment that you remember that the debt was cleared.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'll just stop talking now.
So, we have a deal now that creases are ironed out.
Yes, I believe we do.
Fantastic. One thing. And he reaches under his seat, kind of between the arm and where he is sitting, like on the cushion. And he pulls a long, thin, almost like a stiletto dagger with a small hand guard on it. The handle has almost like a curled, swirling gold as it curls up towards the pommel, and the pommel has one of the dark red gems that rest in his many beads in his braids and things. And he pulls it out by the blade and offers it to Raz and just says, maybe a little memento, just to remind you to, and he throws it past your head. You guys watch as it and hits a wooden board over one of the doorways as it sticks in. And he looks back to Raz and says, come back to me. And he opens his hand and it reappears within his hand.
It seems you have a few tricks up your sleeve.
Oh, you don't know the half of it, dear. And offers it to you, Raz. Do you take it?
He looks at it for a moment and reaches out and takes the blade.
One pretty thing for another.
Thank you. Shall we be going, everyone?
Sure.
And Roz will slip the blade through some part of the ravelings of silks and things, and it'll just vanish.
Just woof, gone.
Well, he was nice.
Nice.
Yeah, how you feeling, Lost?
Yeah, Lost looks pretty banged up. But it looks like he's having a good time. The pain makes him feel. Feels alive.
So you guys head back up, through the corridor and up the familiar stairs and come into the rear of the bar of the Wandering Wyvern as you walk out into the main tavern. That's where we're going to take a little break. Woo!
Okay.
Intrigue. So, guys, our first giveaway for Critical Dice, !critical in the chat right now. And we will be calling a winner when we return. So make sure you get those entries in. Be right back, guys. 21. Vave? 21? Vave. You win! Congratulations. Yeah. You get a set of critical dice. That's awesome. So jump into the Discord and give me a message at Swole Initiative, and I'll get you hooked up because I'm good like that. And also Jason is really, really kind. Guys, we're going to run the second giveaway through the second part of this episode. So you can start entering !critical back in the chat again to start entering into the second giveaway, which we will announce at the end. So stick around. Yeah, that was it. So you guys have reached a deal with Corum and have left. You are now in the tavern side of the Wandering Wyvern. What would you guys like to do?
I want to go and just sit down by, what was his name?
Cackle?
Yeah,
Cackle.
cackle.
I want to go buy a pint of ale or tankard of ale for him.
Yeah,
And then go sit. I don't want to say anything. I just want to sit there.
So you go for the Dragonborn. He pours you a tankard, slides it over to you, and you take it back over to the familiar cloaked individual that's sitting in the booth by himself.
I will sit down with her.
Just gonna push the tankard over.
And he leans over and puts his beak in it and just drags it towards him. And then just starts lapping at it in the tankard. He's just drinking.
Thanks for your help.
What?
Thanks for all your help. You were a great help to us today. Oh, I hope you enjoy your ale.
Oh? Sure. Okay. And just starts dipping his beak straight back into the ale.
Lastaroth, he walks up to the bar and he takes a swig from his fire brandy flask and spits out all the blood and like
Teeth.
down the floor and gets to the front of the bar, takes a seat again, and then starts a new tab. Orders up a drink.
God. Okay, so Dragonborn comes over. So, you survived. What do you want?
Just some fire brandy. Make it a double.
Yeah. You got gold where this is coming from?
He does. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I that
You have
far?
really good hearing.
I do. I hear lots.
He pours you a shot and slides it over. Rose or Lily, you can both roll. Roll a wisdom check. It's just a check. It's not a saving throw. Chill out.
Still worried. I got a 18.
20.
20. You both kind of simultaneously realize that Cackle has completely forgotten who you are.
That's fine.
But is enjoying the ale.
It's the strangest.
And at that moment, it kind of clicks why he was used.
I think we knew that all along.
Strangest creature I've ever met.
He is a strange creature.
Like,
His intelligence seems to be very.
I can hear.
So can
You'll
I.
forget.
Probably forget though.
What?
Yep.
Exactly. Shall we join the others?
Probably. Who knows what they'll do without us?
Die.
Is this like a short rest?
You can consider it a short rest if you like.
Okay.
That got dark real quick.
Roz will go over and
Are
sit
those
next
spooky
to
sisters?
Lost at the bar.
Okay. Do you need anything?
No, I believe I'm fine. Lost, actually. Do you have a long list, perhaps, of other people we might be coming across that are going to be acquiring debts in the next few days? I've only known you for not very long, and it is very extensive so far.
I mean, people procure my services from all across the land, and I have a unique set of skills. So I tend to undertake unique jobs that are jobs that other in my trade probably would not take. Yeah. Which means that the chance of success has always been rather low. I take care of the riskier jobs, and I let my employers know this up front. But you know how employers are. They pay money, they expect it to get done, even if they're asking the impossible. So I'm sure there are some people out there that might be upset with me, but quorum would be the largest debt that I'd owe, the most immediate concern.
Right.
But like he said, you don't owe him anything anymore.
I don't owe him.
So I think you're all good there. I think what my very good friend Roz here is trying to ask is, we just don't want any more surprises where maybe next time this might bleed over to us. If we want to be prepared for those types of situations, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. I think we should be fairly good now. The reach of the Crimson Syndicate is they're very far reaching, and so this debt would have been the most concerning one out of all of them.
All right.
Don't worry about the rest.
But is there a reason you are attracted to the jobs that you feel are near impossible to complete?
There is. I don't do it for the money.
Fair enough.
And he goes right back to his drink. It's too much talking. Not enough drinking.
Luck to Rose and inspo to Lily. Luck and inspo to Rhapsody.
Ooh, thank you.
From Quorum. Just kidding. Okay. What are you guys wanting to do? You've had your drinks.
Guys, I think we should probably. I think we should probably maybe just go check out. Roz, you got the address on that sheet of paper that.
Oh,
Quorum Gaming?
yes.
Maybe we should kind of just scope it out before we, like, maybe just like a walk by. You know what I'm saying? Before it gets.
Any way to do it undetected?
Well, I don't think you can go anywhere undetected.
Yes, you're right about that.
But it allows me to be undetected whenever you do that. And when I say undetected, I mean people just don't pay attention to me. It's a handy thing, you being my best friend and all.
Well, I can see where you're going. He'll like reach in and grab that scroll or parchment that Quorum gave him, and then hand it over to Kaya.
Well, what I'm thinking is maybe we just kind of go towards this address like now, and we can see what it looks like and see kind of an avenue of approach, and then come back when it's, what did he call it? Shade dusk or something like that?
Daytime?
Shade time. That's it. Shade time. I wrote that in my notes, actually. I forgot it. But yeah, so, and then when we come back at shade time, when it's a little darker, we'll kind of know the lay of the land, so to speak.
I think that's a good idea.
I mean, I don't know what time it is now. It might be getting close to shade time anyway. I know we left, it was after lunch, I think, when we left, you know, where we came from. And then we were downstairs for a little bit, maybe an hour or so, I think. And we've been in here a bit as well. So it's probably getting close to shade time anyway. By the time we get over there, who knows?
You guys have spent like a fair bit of the afternoon out here. I would say it's probably like 6 o'clock. So you're looking at like 2 hours until shade time.
Let's go.
Also, if possible, could we keep an eye out for what was his name? Where's my notes? Derek.
Are you talking about?
Mr. Darcy.
Yes, Mr. Darcy.
Just to see if he's cooperating with the kobolds. I don't want to actually interact with him.
Well, he said he was going to do some traveling. So maybe he took them with him. At least the 4 that were with him last we saw.
True. Well, if we see him, I'll just peek, but I won't
Sure.
interact.
All right. Well, I think we should probably go. Are you ready to go, Lost? Have you recuperated well enough that you're able to, I guess, are you fresh?
Yeah, two drinks in, and his face looks a little more flushed, as pale as he is, a little more flushed than he was earlier.
Is that a good thing?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Okay.
I mean, I'm not the leader or nothing, but I think we should probably go if we're going to try to do this.
All right. So, are you asking for like rough directions?
Sure. I think we'll ask the Dragonborn bartender,
Not Cackle.
not Cackle.
Okay. So you kind of show him the sheet of paper and his well, if he had eyebrows, they would raise. The kind of muscles around his eyes kind of lift up a little bit as he like oof, and then proceeds to tell you like a series of directions on how to get there.
Is this in a bad part of town we're headed to?
Well, I mean potentially, but I'd be more worried about who you're going for.
And who is that?
I don't know.
But you seem to know.
Well, you know,
We
Go
don't
ahead.
know. That's the whole. Isn't that why you going?
Yes, but it
Yeah.
just seemed like you knew more. And so I thought I'd ask.
No.
All right. Just directions then, please.
Okay. And then carries on the directions to finish it up. And so you've got your directions, and you head out into the street. It's a little darker than it was when you led in. With the shade run, there's kind of exterior light that kind of bleeds in from around the outside of the upper echelon. And that kind of ambient glow that's there from the actual sun has kind of dissipated. Are you guys? So you guys are walking to the house that you have the address for. Are you doing anything in particular? Are you trying to wait it out until shade time? Are you traveling there right now?
I think, at least in my mind, we're walking over there now, and maybe just being nonchalant about it. And I mean, we're all from out of town anyway, so if anybody asks, we can just say we're just kind of wandering around. We don't really know the area. And my background is I have an excellent memory for maps and geography, and I can always recall. Not keen mind, it's just my background.
Yep.
So
Okay. So yeah, you hear the directions, and you kind of repeat it a few times, like under your breath, and you're pretty sure that you've got it.
So yeah, we want to go by there and at least scope it out at least once, make a loop around the block, and then kind of fall back and then make a plan for the next course of action.
Okay, cool. So you guys follow the directions that were given to you. I guess Kai, you're leading the way, kind of repeating those directions every so often just to kind of refresh them in your head. And you come upon probably like you'd see it maybe 40, 50 feet out, this small hovel of a home, disheveled even for the shade run. Not to say that everything is kind of downtrodden and things, but it's not like a really nice city to be in. But this looks unkept and uncared for. The crowds are starting to dissipate as it gets later on during the day, but as you get closer to this area, you're seeing less and less people around.
We should probably keep our distance until shade time and just watch the comings and goings and see if there's any activity at that hovel. I'm gonna look to see if there's like a nearby where within viewing distance of like a Madame Starbucks or something, like a shop,
like a tavern,
sit outside,
like a tavern or
something. Okay. Make a perception check.
I want to help with that.
12.
Okay. With advantage then.
17.
17. Okay. So you notice as you go into this area of town, there's not really any like businesses and things that you can kind of like peruse. There's no bookshops that you can cut eye holes out of or anything like that. But what you do find after a couple of minutes is a short alleyway between a couple of the houses that you could kind of head down to keep off of the street, and you'd be able to kind of peek around and see the house still. You could maintain eyes on it while staying fairly hidden.
Okay.
All right.
And would at this time that the party's been kind of traveling together, DM, would the guys have picked up that the Lily and Rose are kind of really perceptive? Like they can pick up details and stuff? Or is that more passively just to them?
I don't think you've really stated out loud anything. You've kind of kept it to yourselves,
Okay.
like between the two of you, right?
Usually, I think, yeah.
Okay.
It's been in situations where we have.
I mean, okay, well, make a history check.
I'm not good at those.
Recall the history of the past 2 days.
Ooh,
Yeah, right.
19.
19. Okay. So I will say that you do recall moments where either Lily or Rose, after the fact, have been able to recall things that they've noticed along the way that have stuck out to them.
Okay. Okay. Roz would just go, so something has been kind of standing out at odds. If they know the address of where this person's supposed to be and they have eyes everywhere, I imagine it's not going to be as simple as watching them walk into their house, essentially.
Well, I get the impression he actually wants us to go into the house, gather some sort of evidence, or at least to get information that we can give him about who this person is. I don't think we're going to be able to get that by just watching him come and go. I think we want to find out if the guy is gone. We may need to sit and watch. I mean, we may need to find out if he's at home anyway.
Well, that's just the thing. I don't think we're going to.
Is there anybody? Do any of y'all have the ability to like disguise yourself for a minute? And if you disguise yourself, you could go up and knock on the door and see if anybody's there.
I have a
No.
disguise kit, but that's not quite the same.
Well, I mean, what if you were to dress all subdued like, which is not how you normally look? And
Me
then
dress subdued?
what if it's just like to disguise yourself, you know?
Well,
Oh.
we're all strangers to this city, so it's not like they would recognize any one of us. I mean,
That's true.
I could go to the door and just knock on it.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to do.
Well, there, me and Lily can just.
Well,
go
that's
knock on
really
the door.
smart. I mean, I was just being too complicated. I sometimes do that.
That's all right. That's why we work together.
Yeah.
But what's more innocent looking than just me and Lily coming to the door and knocking on it?
Spread the word.
I don't know if I've met anyone else more innocent than us.
Correct.
All right.
Not intimidating at all.
Not at all.
We can
So,
Yeah. You kind of intimidate me.
be. Why?
I mean, I don't want to say this for, I mean, it's not, I don't mean that in a bad way. You're pretty powerful.
powerful and she's strong.
Yeah. I don't want to get on your bad side. That thing you popped up out of the ground, that was kind of freaky.
You didn't see it.
Oh, no, never mind. Anyway, I think you're pretty powerful. I don't know how to do any of that magic stuff, and y'all are pretty good at it.
What's all my sister and Eastus?
Yeah. So yeah, y'all are innocent looking, and y'all should go knock on the door. We'll be waiting over here, but maybe if somebody could keep an eye on you to make sure you're okay.
Sure. We'll be fine.
All right.
And if there's no answer on the door, maybe I'll just go on in. What do you think, Lily?
Yeah, I don't see an issue with that.
Well, you might just be careful if you go in, and then let us know if the coast is clear. We can all come.
Sure. How about if you see us go inside? DM, is there a back door? Do we know if, or like a side window or something?
You haven't even approached the house yet.
Okay.
Oh, I thought we already made the block. Okay.
I thought we scoped it out too.
Is there any way for you
from
to
where,
light
from where
a
you are,
candle?
you can see the front door.
Uh-huh.
And you can see one window, but it is boarded up.
Oh.
You can kind of see the corner of the house. There's a window to one side, and you can see what would be a doorway.
You know
on the other.
what?
If you see us go in,
And come on.
just follow.
I'm gonna walk around to the side so I can see the back while y'all are knocking on the front door. I'm gonna see if there's a back door, and then I'll walk back around and head back over here, unless y'all go in.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will take 3 roses and hold them in my hand.
Okay.
We'll walk hand in hand.
Yeah, so you watch as Rose reaches in to pluck the rose out of her hair and pulls another rose out, followed by another and another, and pulls a small bouquet together. Approaching the door, Kaya, you're going round the house while they're going up.
Mm-hmm.
Are you doing this stealthily?
I'm doing it nonchalantly,
Okay. Then
like just a normal passerby.
make a performance check.
Wow.
See how well you can blend.
15.
15. Okay.
Natural 15 for a 15.
Okay. You feel like you've walked around things before, and you feel like you're doing a good impression of that.
I've walked before. I got this.
All right. And then I'm just checking out, seeing what I can see in the bag, looking for any possible entrances or exits that we may need to use if we're in there.
Got it. Don't be suspicious.
Don't.
Okay. So as you start curving around the house, girls, you just walk up to the front door. There is almost like a small awning over the front, which makes, again, the door look even darker as the shadow from the awning casts across it. It is a wooden, like, cross-boarded door with a couple of iron hinges, one on top and one on the bottom, with a round knocker on the door.
Together, we do it in unison.
Yeah.
Okay. So you knock 3 times. No response.
I'm gonna grab the door handle.
You're gonna grab what?
The door
Grab
handle.
the door handle. Okay. You grab the door handle.
And then I'm gonna try and open it.
Okay. Locked.
It's locked.
Hmm.
I have a crowbar.
Okay, let's try that.
Subtle. Very subtle.
You're so innocent.
I'm gonna try to use a crowbar on this door. I've never tried to do that before in D&D.
I'll help you.
Okay.
I will help you.
Where did you get the crowbar? Was it in your starting equipment?
Yeah.
Are you proficient? Are you proficient
In crowbar? No.
Are you proficient in like anything like thieves' tools or anything like that?
I'm excuse me, I'm proficient in like simple weapons, short sword, rapier, crossbow.
Yeah, no, I'm
No-
talking
no thieves'
tools.
tools.
These are tools.
No tools
Okay.
besides instruments.
Okay. Then go ahead and make a strength check.
Using
I
a
will help her.
crowbar is like a dulcimer, right?
It's an instrument of opening.
I'm helping her with the door.
How are you helping her?
We're
with the
both
crowbar?
pulling.
We're
both-
leveraging together.
Yes.
So you're like grabbing around her stomach and pulling
No, we
her
both
as
have
you-
hands on the crowbar and pulling.
How big do you think a crowbar is? Okay. To get leverage on a crowbar, you have to use the end.
Oh, I love you, Bets.
I love you too.
I'm gonna use
Make a
luck.
strength check with disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Disadvantage. No, I'm using luck.
No.
This isn't gonna work.
Because you guys obviously don't know how a crowbar works. So
Helping.
yes, exactly.
You just
five.
wiggle it in there a bit.
You can't just say I help and get advantage.
Thought we would both pull on it.
Like I said, to
Okay.
grab the crowbar, you'd have to be further down the crowbar. So not
Yeah.
actually adding anything.
I got a 5.
You're so the guys in
Don't
the
you have
alley.
a bunch of luck and inspo?
The
I
guys
used
in
luck.
Oh,
the guys in the alley, you see as they knock and wait and then chat to one another, and then Lily grabs out a crowbar and they both like side by side grab on and start heaving against this door.
I
What are
should
they
have used my
doing?
hammer.
They give it 3 good tries, but it's not budging.
is there a back door?
Okay, I was getting around to you.
Okay.
Should I use the hammer?
I was hoping maybe
I
I could
think-
get into the back door and come open the front door for him.
I think that we probably should be careful to draw too much attention to breaking into a house.
Oh.
So a hammer might not be smart.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe we should put the crowbar away.
Oh, I'm gonna put the crowbar away.
Okay, noted.
I'm just gonna stand there with a crowbar.
Okay. Kaya, as this is going on, you're kind of making your loop around the house. You see another couple of boarded windows. It's kind of the layout, because you're doing a ring around it. The layout is like a square structure that almost has an extension on the back of it. So about like half of the width is extended out the same length. So the length is kind of doubled. Half the width is the extension on the back. You do see a back door.
All right. I'm gonna go up and try it, see if it's unlocked.
Okay. So you grab the handle and it's locked.
Hmm.
Pesky locks.
I need like multi-class and a rogue so we can get through these things.
I'm going to I want to take my Morning Star and try to bust the door handle off and try to unlock it that way.
Okay. Yeah, roll an attack. Against the door's AC.
25.
Yeah, that hits. And roll some damage.
All right. That'll be 10 points damage from the Morning Star.
Yeah. Okay. So as you club down with all the height and leverage that you have, it snaps off of one side and hits the ground.
Now I'm gonna like kind of stick my fingers or claws through there and see if I can just kind of wiggle it so that it unlocks the latch.
Okay, so as you like feel around, there is like a deadbolt not far off, like with the size of your hands.
Hmm.
You can just about reach it. Make a dexterity check.
16.
16. Okay.
Just a straight check.
Yep.
Okay.
So after a few seconds of kind of trying to find where the notch is on the bolt, you manage to just kind of claw it down with one of your claws, and then you're able to just slowly inch it across and
And I'm gonna look in and see if I see anybody, and if I don't, I'm gonna step in and immediately push the door shut behind me.
Okay, so you're opening the door all the way to like walk into the room.
Yeah, I'm opening it long, wide enough to stick my head in. If I don't see anybody or hear anyone, then I'm gonna step in and close the door behind me.
All right, make a perception check.
18.
18. Okay. So you see, kind of peering around the door, you see workbenches on either sides of this room, scattered tools and bits and pieces. There is a large table in the center with just like mechanical parts that don't really make a lot of sense to you. But that's it.
I'm gonna.
You see the doorway at the other end of the extension that you would surmise leads into the rest of the house.
Okay, I want to, without being too hasty, I want to make my way to the front door, but I want to make sure that, I don't walk up on somebody unexpectedly. So I kind of want to just be very careful as I make it to the front door and open the door to let them in.
Okay. Make a stealth check.
10, 15.
Okay, 15. So as you step into the room, the floorboards start to creak a little bit, and that makes you stop for a minute, and you hear. You take another couple of steps. You take another step, and it's a rat just running across the floor.
Ooh, that was close.
And you gotta open the door, push it, staying back a little bit. Nothing happens. You walk through that door, and you can now see the front door, and you can hear the sisters on the other side of it discussing putting away a crowbar, and you're like, what? And what you do see is that there is, on the other side of the door, a small box on the floor next to the or underneath the hinge, and it has a wire that's leading up to the handle on the inside.
Okay. I'm gonna use my ability to talk in someone's head, and I'm gonna say to Lily, I'm gonna say, hey, y'all don't, whatever you're doing, stop. There's a trap on the other side of the door. I made it in through the back way. So if y'all hold on, just go around to the back. I don't think we should even open the front door, because if we disarm the trap, then he may know somebody was here. I did break the back doorknob, but I might be able to, if somebody can mend it, we could put it back. But just go back and get everybody that's in the alley and bring everybody in through the back door.
Rose, one
Yes?
of the dead, they're talking to me. They're saying that there's a trap on the other side of the door, but they're gonna open it. We gotta get everyone else from the alley to come in.
Make sure y'all come into the back door. It's It's open.
Ed speaking again. 1 second. We're gonna go into the back door.
Oh, there's a back door. All right, let's go to the back door. And I'll kind of like motion to the alley to the other guys to come on and then walk down around the back of the house.
While they've been at the house, Roz has just been keeping an eye out for people to see if there's any weird, like, stopping, seeing, looking at, outside watching, essentially.
Okay. Make a perception check.
Okay.
Would I have known that it was Kaya? Kaya's never spoken about talking to people's.
Yeah, I imagine that
Right?
you would hear his voice
Mm.
in your head. So do with that as you will.
I think I'm gonna stick with. I'm just so used to it. So
15.
15. Yeah, like kind of glancing around the alleyways and things. You don't really see anyone acting suspiciously. People are just kind of ending their days. But it is a lot quieter on this end of town.
Lost. Wake up. I think the girls want us to come to the house.
Or Lost kind of loosens his chains to get ready, and he'll walk up to the house.
Okay. Are you guys moving stealthily, or are you just going around? Imagine the girls are probably just going around.
Just going around. If
yeah,
I didn't
yep.
notice anyone, then.
I mean, I heard all the banging and the
Yeah.
crowbar use. Yeah.
So maintaining that 15 as you walk around, nothing is really standing out. You see as you go around to the back side of the house, the door handle that is on the floor, and the door that is ajar. Do you walk in?
yes.
I'd say the girl's probably going to be there first. So you push in and you see 2 workbenches, one on either side against the walls, with a large table in the middle, various tools and bits and pieces, lots of things that you guys have never seen before.
Would any of the tools look like they could unlock doors?
Make a investigation or perception check.
18.
18. A lot of this stuff is really confusing. Like there's nothing that really looks like a key or anything that looks like it could be used in any of the locks that you've seen in the house.
Okay.
Hey, y'all. So there's a trap on the back side of the front
I know.
door.
Ghost told me already.
That was me. I can talk in your head, and so I'll do it again. So I'll start talking in your head and say, "See, this is me. My lips aren't moving. You just hear my voice." And see, I can talk in your head. I thought it would be okay with you because I don't know why. I'm sorry if I intruded.
That is a little startling, but good to know.
Yeah, I figured it was a better way to do it than trying to holler. Y'all were making an awful racket out there.
Were we? Oh.
I mean, I heard it.
Oh,
The crowbar did not work.
it didn't.
No, it's a good thing it didn't, because I don't know how this trap works, but it looks like it might be bad if it goes off.
Eastus was on our side.
That's right.
Yeah, y'all keep saying that. That's pretty cool. I wish I had somebody on my side like that all the time. But you know what? I think I have you guys. So
And you have
Y'all
me,
have East-
of course.
well, yeah, I meant like, godly kind of a thing.
Oh, yes, I'm not a god.
I knew I got you guys. That's what I was about to say. You didn't let me finish, Rob.
You too.
So, yeah, I guess we just kind of need to start looking around. I don't know what all these things do. These are pretty crazy.
What are we even looking for?
Well,
Evidence?
we're looking for papers or some type of indication on who this guy is.
Yeah, I'll just start looking around and seeing if there are anything that I would find interesting
Me too.
in this like general room that we're in.
Okay. So in the main part of the room, there is another smaller room in the corner. It's kind of like another like a square within a square in the corner opposite the door.
I'll go to that area.
Okay. So you open up, and it looks like a small like kitchenette, but there's no real traces of food anywhere.
I don't think that would strike me odd. But yeah, looking to see if there are any like papers or like bags left or.
Make an investigation check for there. Where is everyone else looking?
I'm gonna look in the bedroom, see what I can find in there.
The interesting thing is that there's no bedroom.
Bedroom.
There is a main living space that has some bookshelves, but no real furniture. It's a very empty place. And there is the small kitchenette, and then there is the extension, as we're calling it.
Are there any cabinets or anything that has drawers or cupboards or anything like that that might have?
In the main sort of living space.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see some cupboards and things, like there's some bookshelves, and underneath there's some cabinet space and things. You want to look through there?
Yes.
Okay, make an investigation check for that. Where's everyone else looking?
So I'm going to take a quick survey of the room. And does the interior of the room seem as large as the exterior?
Make an intelligence check. So the spatial awareness.
I got a 14 on my investigation.
14. Okay.
Got a 10.
10. It's hard to say. The perspective kind of warps because of the rooms being inside. Nothing strikes you as weird though. There's nothing Tardisy about it.
I got a dirty 20 on mine.
Dirty 20? Okay. So dirty 20 for the kitchenette. So you looking through, nothing really stands out to you. There's silverware and things that aren't out. They're in the drawers as you're kind of looking through it. There's bits and pieces. There's no plates. It just kind of looks like it's been abandoned.
Okay.
Just gonna do a quick eyes of the grave.
Okay.
I guess.
So you've center yourself on Eastus's power, and it emanates out. You don't sense any. Was it undead?
Yes, it is undead.
Just undead. Yeah. So nothing is nothing showing up.
Okay.
What would a high magus be doing here in a hovel like this?
Oh, he's not the high mage. He's suspected to be working for the high mage and reporting to them about the goings on in the Shade Run.
I thought his title was high mage. And
the archmage is the one who sits on the council. And your friend Corin said that he believes that this guy might be reporting to him about the goings on in Shade Run. And I mean, obviously, you know, Corin doesn't appreciate that, anybody encroaching on his territory.
I'm going to check the floors. I mean, it's a small hovel. Why would anybody be staying here?
Okay. Make an investigation check. We'll do this for the whole.
9.
Did anything happen from my 14 earlier? When I was checking the drawers and cabinets.
So with a 9, checking the floors, there's nothing. Like some of the floorboards are creaky and some of them are loose. But there's no like trapdoors that you can see. 14 in the cabinets. There is a small chest in there that is unlocked, and it is open. If you drag it like more towards the light, you can see that it is full of gold pieces.
Um,
Are there any papers or like documents or anything just on a table or anything like that? I'm just looking for
Yeah, make
correspondence.
a perception check for that stuff then, if you're just kind of looking around, glancing around the place.
hey, Rose, can I borrow your little satchel that holds a lot of stuff?
Sure. And I'll just take it off and hand it to him. 21.
21. Okay, so you do notice some papers, not immediately within the living space, but back over where the like weird shaped tools and things were.
Okay.
You go over to those and you look at it, and they look like very, very specific drawings, lots of labels and things. There's lots of shapes that kind of mesh together with writing that you. What languages do you speak?
Several languages.
It is Gnomish.
I do not speak Gnomish.
Okay. Then it is a language you don't understand.
Okay. I'll pick up the papers and would I know like if there was any kind of like symbol for a mage or like the city or something like that? Is there any? I'm looking for something probably a little too obvious.
Not obvious to me. What are you looking for?
Do the drawings match the?
Like if there's some kind of like archmage emblem or like something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, so like flicking through, there's nothing that sort of stands out. Like there's no like rubber stamp on there that's like
I was looking for like some kind of seal.
Archmage.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's nothing that immediately jumps out like that. In fact, there's nothing in common
Okay.
through the papers. So,
Okay.
Are there?
and I will
there
say
any
you don't
drawings or
notice
anything?
any emblems. I will say.
Okay. Would I recognize that it is Gnomish?
No,
Okay, so
I shouldn't have really told you, but
Okay.
you weren't telling me what languages you could speak. So,
for reasons. I will take the papers out to everyone and say that I don't understand this language if anyone else wants to take a look at it.
I really miss that little smart one.
Me too.
I'm gonna look through it. I don't speak it, but I was gonna look through it. Did you say there was drawings in there?
yep.
Do the drawings look like any of the equipment that are in that extension room?
Okay. Make a like a general perception check as you kind of cross-reference what's in front of you with what's drawn.
23.
Yeah, you see little like as the bigger functions of the pieces, you sort of start to pick apart a couple of them, and you're like, oh, that bit looks like this, and that bit looks like that piece over there, and some of it is partly assembled, and other bits just have they're just loose.
You know, I don't read this language, but these charts and drawings, they look like this equipment over here that at least maybe how to put it together and build it and maybe how to use it. This is probably something that Corin would really want to get his hands on, and we can tell him that all these pieces of equipment are here. But hey, does anybody want to help me pick up all this gold and put it in our bag?
Yes.
Is it
Lily. Oh, go on.
I was just gonna say, like, as we're looking around, like you said that at least in the kitchenette, it looked like it was abandoned.
Mm-hmm.
Is that just like how the general place looks? Like,
Kinda.
does it look like no one's been here for some time? Like, is dust starting to settle and
most places other than
the
the
workshop?
table.
The
Yeah.
table, okay.
But Lily, I'm going to need you to make a perception check for me.
Oh no.
And Roz is approaching this from a different perspective. He's not exactly looking around for stuff he figures everyone else is doing that, but he's figuring out why the Crimson Syndicate couldn't do this themselves. So he's checking the room for like traps and other like things that look odd or shouldn't be there that might make them not want to investigate.
Are you focusing on one spot or just in general?
He would have started at that door that had the trap and kind of just expanded out from there to see if there's other stuff.
Make an investigation check. I'll adjust the DC for the whole house as that's happening.
21.
21.
I will add an inspo. 18.
18. You see that first trap and you're like, okay, I'm gonna start expanding from there to see if there's anything else. As you are poking around, you don't really see much, but then you get to the workshop area, and as you're kind of making your way around the floor and the corner of the wall where the wall meets the floor, can't think of the word, you do notice that there is a cutaway, a door under the table in the floorboards.
Guys, Kaya, don't touch the gold just yet.
Hey.
I found something, and he'll like point it out to the others.
Okay.
Is this a trap door?
Lily, it's right at this moment that behind you, you hear the quietest of footsteps. And as you turn around, there is a black silhouette of a back of a humanoid standing maybe around 6 foot. And you hear clinking. And as the clinking picks up, his head starts to turn 180 degrees until it's facing you. And as it turns, the hood pulls off. As it twists and coils, it drags off, and you are met face to face with a copper skull. And that is where we're going to end tonight.
Oh!
I knew it.
Exclamation point critical in the chat for last minute entries for our second dice giveaway. And we will draw that very, very soon. So last couple of seconds to enter into that. Thank you so much.
Oh, you won.
Paul.
Paul won.
Oh, hey, Paul.
Oh, hey, Paul.
Hey.
Oh, hey.
Right.
Congrats, Paul. Good job. Hey, thank you guys so much for sticking around. We're gonna be back next week. I think that's the date. Yeah, we're back next week. There is a scheduled show for Christmas Eve. We will not be doing that one, so we will be dark on Christmas Eve, just giving everyone a heads up, but we will be back after that. Yeah. Thank you so much, guys. Are we rating someone? I can't see because my laptop be dead.
We will hear in a second.
So we're gonna find someone to raid. So if you like them, toss them a follow, throw some Fabled 42 love their way.
Blackwater D&D is still streaming.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, we'll jump in there.
Okay.
Nice.
Yep. Thank you all for hanging out with us tonight.
Yeah.
I'm terrified.
You're terrified.
All of the things.
I have
Intrigue.
dirt on my silks.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Have a good weekend, everybody.
Bye.
Fate tomorrow. Check them
Yes.
out. Legends
yes.
Tomorrow
Monday.
night.
All of the
Fate,
things.
fate.
Let's go, guys. Have a great weekend.